Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to do some babyback ribs, but instead of doing them like I've done before, if you watch my other videos, I've done babybacks before, and I've also done grilled ribs. And on the grilled ribs and the babybacks, those were very heavily sauced ribs. And I wasn't aware that the war between sauce and no sauce was still going on as strong as it is. And I had one viewer comment about my grilled ribs had way too much sauce on it. And so I thought about it for just a second and I thought, you know what, he's 100% right. So if we go through all the trouble of seasoning these ribs, marinating them, brining them, whatever we're going to do to them, and then we're going to spend roughly 5 hours on the smoker smoking these ribs, then why would we want to completely undo everything we did by adding a whole bunch of sauce on top of it? So I decided this time I'm going to do a Memphis style, this is my version of a Memphis style, dry rub rib. And we're going to cook it, and we're going to do about 2 hours on just smoke, and then we're going to do about an hour and a half wrapped up, and then we're going to unwrap them, we're going to re-rub them, and let them go for about another 30-45 minutes. So we see what we look like. So yeah, I mean, it makes perfectly good sense. I mean, you spend all the time on the seasoning, preparing the ribs. Let's go with a dry rub. Let's taste the ribs and not the sauce. That was his comment, and I agree with that. Now, don't tell. I mean, it doesn't mean that I don't like sauced ribs. Those original ones, if you check out the babyback rib video earlier, I love some sauced up, fall off the bone ribs. But I also like Memphis style. So we're going to test them today and see which one we like better. Because it's been a while since I've done a dry rub rib. I'm kind of excited about this. I hope you are too. So yeah, stick around. I got the ribs ready. Let me reset the camera and I'll show you all we're going to do. All right, thank you. All right, so I got the baby backs here. I've already got them, the back skin removed off of them. Got them cleaned up. This is a huge set of ribs. This thing looks almost like that much bigger than a normal set of ribs. It's pretty huge. Anyway, so I'm not going to use a binder. We're going to go with just a straight dry rubbed rib. We're going to rub them. We're going to stick them in the refrigerator. We're going to let them set with that seasoning on it. Let it sweat in that flavor and that seasoning from our rub we got. Rub we're using is it's a homemade rub. It's not store-bought. I'm going to list the ingredients in the description, and I'll pop them up on the screen right here, so you can check that out as well. But I'll put them in the description so you can make this if you want to. This recipe makes about a 14-15 ounce container. Be plenty for what we're going to do today. So yeah, and this stuff is really good. Always be sure to taste your rub before you put it on the ribs, because whatever this is pretty much what the final result's going to be, with the exception of all the smoke we're going to introduce into it. All right, that's enough talking. I didn't talk too much today. I don't usually talk as much. So we're just going to go ahead. We're going to coat them pretty heavy. Well, I shouldn't say pretty heavy. I mean really heavy. Over now. Make sure we coat this. Get them ends. I ain't kidding, this stuff smells amazing. It is so good. It's got some smoked paprika in it. It's got regular paprika, sugar, Lawry's. I got a little bit of Lawry's in it. Some celery salt. All right. And after we let these sweat, you're going to see it looks dry now. You can already see it starting to get the color changing where it's soaking up that liquid off of them ribs. By the time this sweats for about an hour or 2 hours, it will look like almost like a barbecue sauce on it now. We got them wrapped up like that. We're going to just stick them on a pan, or you can stick them in the refrigerator like this if you want to. I use a pan in case it happens to leak, but yeah. Leave them wrapped up, stick them in the fridge. We're going to sweat them for, like I said, about 2 hours, hour and a half, 2 hours. If you want to go overnight, hey, go for it. Can only be that much better. One other thing as well, let me know in the comments, are you team sauce or team no sauce? Do you rather have a dry rub rib or do you rather have a saucy rib? Let me know. I'm really curious to find out what people's real opinion is on that. Yeah, let me know. Thank you. All right, let's get ready to put these ribs on. I'm gonna hold them up here where you can take a look at them right quick and show you what I was talking about. And this is what the sweating process does for them. You can get a look at that. You see how all that rub has turned wet and looks like a sauce? That's perfect. They have sweated out just like you want them to. And if you've done this for overnight, that flavor is really going to seep into that meat. So yeah, it's up to you whether you want to do it for a couple hours or overnight. But either way is really good results. So when I put them on, I like to put them on crossways, about 3/4 way down on the smoker, just like that. And we're going to cover them and let them go for about 2 hours, like this right here. I am using charcoal and a little bit of hickory. So that's going to be my smokes from the hickory, and charcoal is going to provide my heat. And anytime I'm using an offset smoker like this, and I'm usually doing 1 rack of ribs, I don't use the firebox. I just put it to the very right side of the smoker and let it do some off heats type cooking. So yeah, works out really good. It's way more economical than trying to use the firebox for just 1 rack of ribs. All right, let's cover them up, and we're going to let them go for about 2 hours. All right, let's take a look at them. So we've been smoking for about 45 minutes right now. We still have some liquid, so they're not completely dry yet. We're going to go ahead and soak them. I got some apple juice and some water, just mixed half and half. We're just going to use that just to keep them moist. Just like that. Alright, we're going to close them up and let them go until our 2 hour mark, then we're going to wrap them up. Alright, so we're coming up on the 2 hour mark. So we're going to go ahead and get these ready to wrap. We'll go ahead and wet them down one more time before I wrap them. They are smelling amazing. So we're going to be wrapping with the bone side up, meat side down. So this is the best way I found to wrap them. Always take them like that and flip them over. Just like that. Like a little pocket. And I'll go ahead and soak it down a little bit more just to put some moisture in there. So these ribs can steam while they're cooking. All right, we're gonna let them sit just like that for 2 hours. All right, we have been another 2 hours. All right, so let's take a look at these things. The smell in my backyard is crazy. Good Lord, they smell good. All right, so we're just gonna flip them out. I just roll them out. Just like that. All right, so I told you we were going to dry rub them for the last 30 minutes, and that's what we're going to do. So yeah, no sauce, remember? This is only the rub. Check it out. All right. Okay, with a little bit more. All right, just like that. We're gonna let it go for another 30 minutes just to dry up and get that moisture off the top of it. And then we're ready to take them inside and eat. All right, we have been another 30 minutes, so let's pick these ribs up and see what we got. All right. Just first looking at them, yeah, that's dry rub ribs. And the bone's already falling out, so I think that's a good sign, right? Yeah. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and pick these up. And we're gonna get them in the house and cut them up and see what we're working with. All right, we got them in the house now. I'm gonna recap. We had 2 hours on smoke, we had 2 hours wrapped, and we did 30 minutes just to let them dry up. All right, so team No Sauce, I hope you are impressed with this. I think they turned out amazing. Take a look at them. I've had them wrapped up here for about 15 minutes. Just kind of let them steam a little bit. But yeah, that looks like the perfect dry rub rib. So let's cut into them right quick and take a look at them. And they are still soft and tender. As you saw, the bone fell out when we tried to get them off the grill. Yeah. Go ahead and get another one out and get a bite. You can look at that. Moisture content is still there. They're soft, they're tender, and they smell amazing. All right, get a close look at that. Bite's clean on the bone, and that rub is something else. These things are amazing. You got to try this. Especially if you're a sauce guy, definitely try this. I think we'll convert you. Really good ribs. Be sure to like and subscribe and share this video if you can. I appreciate your time. Thank you.